Hey YouTube, it's been a cracking, well, last weekend anyway, and I haven't had a chance to upload the video, so it's about 5 days late than I meant to do it. And so I've been watching, you know, various guys on YouTube, and your videos are fucking amazing, and mine's a bit amateurish with my phone, but you know, I'll get some decent stuff, so hopefully the quality of the stuff that I managed to find makes up for the lack of quality in the actual videos. But hopefully one of these days I'll be able to get a decent camera and a stand. So anyway, I'm not going to mess around, just dive straight in, and just some pretty good sort of regular sort of games. I've got just a couple of Xbox midweight arcade treasures on Xbox, Godfather, and Call of Duty Finest Hour, pretty regular sort of stuff, 50p each, and then I've got a massive stack of PS2 games, and a couple of them are pretty cool. This, I've never seen this one before. This is the Tomb Raider Anniversary Collector's Edition. I can open it, and it's really cool. And that was £1, and I'm sure that everything at the sale had been picked through, but there was a pile of PS2 games and then some clothes, and I sort of rummaged, and that was stuck underneath, so it obviously been missed. But for £1, I've never even seen that edition. It's 2007. That's really cool. So that was £1, and then the rest of the PS2 ones were either 50p, or if they were £1, you know, I was I've got one batch 15 for £10, so you know, just trying to bring the overall cost of them all down. So it's quite a cool one, Tomb Raider Underworld. Yeah, that one's complete. I'm not going to bother opening them all up, but so these are either, you know, probably average out about 60-70p each. Need for Speed Carbon, New York Runabout 3, Final Fantasy X, Platinum, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, and this one, and from the same seller, Liberty City Stories. And I don't think I played Liberty City Stories, but they're absolutely totally complete and they're absolutely mint. And you know, you can tell these have hardly been played and just put away and forgot about. They were great each. They were pretty cool. This is a good game. I haven't seen this one out at Booty before. Jaws Unleashed. It's quite hard to find that game. So Jaws Unleashed. You know, I'm trying to buy just run-of-the-mill shit like we all are, but it's, you know, finding decent stuff. Indiana Jones, Original Adventures, Lego. SpongeBob, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, Warriors, and I've already got this one, but the condition wasn't very good, and this one is mint, and it's got all the stuff in there, and it's really nice, so that's a keeper. Okay, and this was in a bunch of 15 I bought for £10, so Star Wars Starfighter, Crash, Wrath of the Cortex, Gun, Midnight Club 3, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Star Wars Race of Revenge, Hitman, Sonic Gems, Manhunt, which I've already got, but the condition wasn't very good, and the condition of this one is perfect. SpongeBob, Lights, Camera, Pants, Star Wars, the original, the video game, Lego, Red Dead Revolver, what was that 2? 10, I think there's a couple more in that deal. Sonic Heroes, another SpongeBob movie, Tag Team Racing, Star Wars 2, Crash Twin Sanity, Shadow the Hedgehog. I already had this, it's called for Shadow Shop, but it was fucked, and this is mint, so it's great. Super Bombard Racing, and this is excellent. I've played this one, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it's complete. And there's a couple of light marks on the disc, but it's pretty good. So I think there's more than, I think it was, I paid 50p for some of them, and then there was about 15 for a tenner, so that was a pretty good deal. I don't think I need to be buying PS2 games for a while though. I think the shelves are full. And then I've got a few PS1 games. I haven't seen this one before, Final Doom. I'm just got this bloody security label thing, that's fine. That's 50p, In Cold Blood, 2 disc, Tomb Raider 3, Grand Theft Auto, Hugo. I haven't played this one, Medieval. And that's the platinum one. Yeah, it's complete with the map. It was good. Worms Armageddon. So these are all 50p, and then this one I paid £1 for. Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Underground. So I hadn't seen the twin pack, so I thought I'd get that. There's no manual with it though. Okay. Then my buy of the month probably was, well, it's not really retro, but it was Xbox 360 games. And this was at a jumble sale, which is like a boot sale I suppose, but it was just like a haul. It was a jumble sale. I didn't really have much expectations. I went there and loads of clothes and shit as you'd expect, and there was one table with DVDs and Blu-rays and games, and I just saw a load of Xbox 360 games stacked, so I just put my hand in and just grabbed as many as I could, just piled them all up. And I said to, I asked how much they were, and it was crazy, but so I got all of these. I got Assassin's Creed 2, Far Cry 2, Assassin's Creed, Alone in the Dark, WWE 12, Saints Row 2, Alien vs Predator, Chrome Hounds, Black Sight, Halo 3, Fable 2, Gundam Dynasty Warriors 1, Avatar, Gundam Dynasty Warriors 2, and Iron Man. And I've just had a quick go at this, and it's a good fun game. So was it 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 15 360 games there. And I also picked up some Blu-rays as well, which were there. And I said to the lady, how much are the games? She goes, oh, I don't know, 20 pence each. So I went, oh, okay. So, I'd made my pile, and then I went over and took them to her, and she's like, oh, just give me £2. And I felt a bit bad, but I thought, oh. So I went back and bought a few more bits actually. But £2. That was insane, fucking insane. That was absolutely crazy. But I didn't have an Xbox 360, but they were just so cheap, I just couldn't leave them. You don't know down the line whether I was going to get an Xbox 360 or not. I've never had an Xbox, as I said in the previous video. But £2 for all of those is a fantastic deal. So yeah. that was amazing, really cool. So yeah, I was doing the rounds on the boot sales, and this was a late afternoon one I went to, and there was a lady. She had a massive pile of crap of CDs and DVDs and stuff, and I saw her earlier, and you know, as I've been walking around, and I went back and paid a bit more attention, went through, and nothing fantastic, but she had the Game Boy Advance, but unfortunately the games ain't in there, and I have no idea why but it's got the manual in that one. But so I had that empty box for Spider-Man Game Boy Advance, and empty box for Rayman 3, so that, and also she had Tekken Tag Tournament, which is absolutely immaculate, absolutely mint. It's got a memory card leaflet in there, and that, and then also she had one of these cases as well, and for that, you know, I'm going to try and get these off of eBay, the cars, just to fill them up, but that was £1, so that was awesome, so that was cheap. And I was walking around, you know, sometimes you're walking around boot sales, you're not having much luck, and you think, oh, you know, it's not going to be my day. And I was walking along an aisle, and I saw a Gamecube sitting there. I was like, oh, and it was in really nice condition, 2 pads, and so straight away I said, oh, how much is a Gamecube? And the lady said, oh, 30 quid. I was like, ooh, no. You know, and I said, have you got any games? She said, no, we sold the games. So I was like, oh, shit. But then she had a little bag. She goes, I've got other bits that go with it. And there was one case in there and some manuals and stuff. So, you know, and I've been looking for one of these for a while, you know, and the GameCube's my thing as well, as some of you guys. And this was in the bag. And I couldn't fucking believe it. The Game Boy Player disc, and also in there it had the manual, and it was actually, I've got a boxed GameCube, and I haven't got the actual one of this manual, so that can go in with my GameCube, boxed GameCube, so that's great. So, but this was there, and I was like, oh, no games with this, that. And I said, you haven't got like the piece that goes underneath the GameCube? And she said, yeah, it's on the GameCube. And I looked over, and it was there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh. I said, that bottom piece comes off. Will you sell me that for £10? I just thought, oh, fuck it, you know, I've been seeing on eBay 20, 30 quid, whatever. I said, I'll give you 10 quid if you can take the bottom bit off. And she was like, oh, and, you know, I just unscrewed it and said, look, it's fine, it'll work without it, it's just an extra bit for the Game Boy games. And she was like, okay, so, where is the flipping thing? Here it is. So, I got myself a Game Boy player, which I was super chuffed about. Well, 10 quid, I paid up for it, but still, that was worth it. Fucking amazing. So I'm really happy with that. That is, you know, I've been after that, and so yeah, really chuffed with that. And then, yeah, so that was quite a random buy, and I was sort of walking along, you know, not expecting to see anything, and I was looking on the stall, and right in the middle there was a Nintendo DS game. Not just sitting right in the middle of the table, you know. There was loads of people around walking along, and I just saw it, and it was this, just sitting there on the top of the table, and I had to sort of manoeuvre myself and get my hand in and grab it. Opened it. It's absolutely mint. Absolutely mint. And I said to the lady, how much is that? She said, oh, £1, so I gave it £1. And I just couldn't believe it was still there. And she said, oh, we had quite a few games earlier on, but we sold them straight away. We just found this one in the footwell. We missed to put it out. So, you know, it'd been there for 45 minutes, my luck. And I found, so that is what boot sales is about. You know, you don't have to always be there. You can still pick up. You know, I've always thought when I go to boot sales, I end up picking up scraps and stuff. But you know, I think we all do to a certain extent. And then sometimes you get lucky and you find a fucking gem like that. And that was £1, and it's the newer version as well, with the thinner case. So awesome, really chuffed with that. And then, so that was a Sunday afternoon one. But going back to the Sunday morning ones I went to, what did I get? This was just a random thing that I found. A copy of Burnout, PS2 Burnout Revenge, but it's factory sealed, which was alright. I paid £3 for that, but you know, every factory sealed game I find is going in the collection, and you know, £2, £3, £4 if it's, you know, if it's a rarer game. No problem with that at all. So I was walking along. This was earlier on, and a lady had this, which is Xbox 360 Kinect sensor, and it came with the shitty Kinect Adventures, but it's absolutely immaculate. You know, I suppose they're not that old, but it's absolutely super duper clean. And I said to her, how much do you want for that? And she was saying, oh, I want £15, and I'm not. And she was firm; she wouldn't move at all. You know, I said, oh, will you? You know, she had a couple of games, because I ended up having these off of her as well, which PSP 402, and this is factory sealed still, and Crazy Taxi, Fair Wars, still sealed. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to get her to do all of that for £15, and she weren't having none of it. So I bought these two games for £2 each, and I walked off. I went around, walked around for a bit, and you know, I left it, and then I was walking around, and I ended up buying a console. And so on the way back, and I'm in an RN, and I just went back to her and I said, okay, you know, I'm not going to. And she said, oh, I'm glad you come back. I thought I'd made a mistake. You know, I should have taken the money that you're offering. But I gave her £15 for the Kinect. But I managed to get her to throw in something for free. I got a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 super thick manual game guide, and Call of Duty Black Ops super thick game guide as well. So got that, those two, shitty game, and the Xbox 360 Kinect sensor for £15, which I thought was a fantastic deal. So I was really happy with that. So, you know, I had loads of games, I had the Kinect sensor, all I needed was an Xbox 360. And the console that I was saying about before I actually bought the Kinect was an Xbox 360. And a lad was selling this, and it was a bit dirty when I got it, and cleaned it up, super, with wireless controller. Hello Archie, go on, bugger off, go on. Got the wire, all of that stuff, and I'm sorry about this. So yeah, that I'm not sure what size the I can open it. I'm not sure what size the hard drive is, because I've checked it. It works perfect, and it's got 14 gig left, so I don't know if there's a 20 gig version. I thought it was only 60 and 120, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to investigate it, but it works perfectly. Yeah, it's got all of the power pack and everything, and it came with a few games: FIFA 12, FIFA 10, Tiger Woods 10, Fable 2, Call of Duty, World at War, FIFA 11. Christ, a guy liked FIFA. Dead or Alive 4, F1 2010, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So all of that, all those games, and it was 20 quid. You know, the guy wanted 30, which was still a really good deal. But you know, I looked on the back, and the sticker had actually been split here, which means it's been open at some point. So I used that as a bargaining tool, and I said, I'll give you 20 quid, and he didn't even say, 25, he was just like, yeah, sure. So I've got an Xbox 360 with loads of games, so that's fantastic. What to next? Right, then the whole thing of the resellers and the people, you know, jumping in the back of cars and stuff, you know, it's fine. You know, if I saw something I really wanted, you know, I'd be polite about it, but I'd be right in there and, you know, without being rude and just sort of trying to take the stuff out myself. But, you know, it's a bit of it's modern warfare at the boot sales. You've got to do what you can. If you want the stuff, you know, and you see something you want, you've got to just get stuck in there, and sort of there's a certain amount of etiquette, I suppose, but, you know, some people take it further. You know, I wouldn't go as far as a lot of people would, you know, but, you know, as long as you're not going to offend the sellers, then you should just go for it. But a couple of cars pulled in at the boot sale. Most of the dealers have gone, and I just said to the guy, have you got any game stuff, any Nintendo? He said, yeah, I've got 2 DS's. I thought, result. And so he got them out. He had a pink one, and the one that I got is silver DS Lite, and it was really dirty, but the screens are superb. Really, really pleased. Works perfectly. But it came with a carry case, with that carry case, and this carry case. And so there was 2, and he wanted to split the games. You know, there was a load of unboxed games as well, and, you know, I had no choice. It was like I wanted the better handheld. I wanted the better DS, and I just made sure that, you know, I got another copy of Mario Kart. So that was 2 in one day. It ended up being Juiced 2. FIFA Street 3, Pro Evo 2008, and so, you know, there's a couple of shit games in there and a couple of decent ones. It didn't come with a charger, it just came with this shitty charger, and then an empty thing just to put in some loose games. Nice pack it came with as well. And it came with which was great, but it came with the original box. In the original box, and it's got the instructions and that in there. So he had this one, and he had a pink one, and I think the pink one came with more games, but they weren't boxed, and, you know, there weren't anything, you know, pet games and shit like that. But he had his price, and the guy wouldn't budge, and I didn't overpay, because I wanted one, and I've never had one of these, and you know, so I'm pleased to have it. And I'm sure if I'd have tried to buy one off of eBay, which I had been looking to try and buy one on there, but once you had postage. But for all of that, I paid 25 quid. And it was quite early in the morning, I didn't have tons of money, and I just sort of bit the bullet, and I just went for it and bought it. So I have one now, which is nice. So, you know, I've got this, I want to get a PSP next. So I've got a ton of PSP games which I haven't played yet. So, you just have to buy these things as they come along. So, that was 2 copies of Mario Kart. Then, the last buy of the morning, I was rummaging through these boxes and I found Mario Kart. I can't believe it. But it was empty. It was just a case. So I don't know whether someone had the off with the game, but I just bought it for the case. So you know, if anyone needs a case, give me a shout, and I can do a deal. Just, you know, I need a couple of games for a couple of empty cases that I've got. I've got some Game Boy Advance games, cases, boxes that I need a game for, and so maybe we could do a vice versa, and one, you know, along the line, someone can get a full game. So yeah, so that ended up being 1, 2, and wherever the other one is, 3. How crazy! That's just how the boot sales go. So yeah, it was a really good day. You know, no Gamecube games, but I got my player, which I am well chuffed about. That is awesome. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Game Boy player. So thanks for watching YouTube. Sorry it was a bit of a long one. I hope you didn't bore you to death. But you know, as I said, the quality of my videos isn't, you know, the footage isn't fantastic, but hopefully the quality of the stuff that I find is of interest to you guys. So you know, if you subscribe, like, all the usual crap. If you don't want to, you know, if I bore the crap out of you, you don't have to. It's cool. But keep on game hunting and enjoy the booties. You know, we all love it. That's why we do this. It's the thrill of the chase and all of that bollocks. So yeah, enjoy it. Take care.